Great. So we're going to get started, everyone. Hi, I'm so glad to be here today with you for the Octavia Project Virtual Showcase. My name is Andrea Gabadon Levine, and I'm the president of the Octavia Project Board of Directors. It's wonderful to see the names and faces of so many supporters, friends, former teachers, past participants of the Octavia Project. Today, we're celebrating the work of our incredible participants. This year, 25 young people came together with teachers, teaching artists, and experts in various fields for our first ever virtual Summer Institute to explore new worlds and build new skills. Today, you'll learn a bit about the program and see the fruits of that creativity. We're so grateful that you can join our community as participants, fellows, parents, supporters, and friends. On behalf of the Board of Directors and the Advisory Board, I'd like to take a moment to thank our wonderful lead teachers, program coordinator, and executive director for their innovation and commitment to our mission this summer. And I'd like to thank our generous donors for their support during these very, very challenging times. We've come a long way in the last 6 years and will continue to grow in the future. No doubt many lessons were learned this summer. I hope you enjoy this showcase. Just a reminder, please keep yourself muted during the presentation so that we can hear the speakers. And now I would like to introduce Octavia Project Program Coordinator, Bria Struthers.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you for that introduction. Once again, I just want to ditto those same things. I want to thank you all for joining us here today and showing up for young people. And I'm here just talking a bit more about what the OP is and the goals that we had for this summer. The Octavia Project uses speculative fiction as a lens through which to envision new futures and greater possibilities for our world. Our programming blends creative writing, art, science, and technology to increase confidence and build skills in a various myriad of subjects while fostering leadership and community among one another. And that has looked a bit different this summer. Our inspiration and namesake is Octavia E. Butler, who broke barriers in writing and science fiction to become an award-winning and internationally recognized author. Our free Summer Institute program brings together young women and non-binary youth from the ages of 14 to 18 from all over New York City to build new worlds. And we believe that their ideas and creations are vital to the future that we create. And we aim to provide them with the support and the tools in order to do that, to get there. So we use speculative fiction and interdisciplinary workshops to spark an interest with them and to break down the bias around STEM subjects like science and tech. We teach them coding through storytelling and biology of physics through art. This summer, we usually meet in person for our Summer Institute, but this year we adapted to our programming being virtual for the first time. Our 25 participants met for 5 weeks for 4 days a week to participate in live Zoom workshops. And we did so much. From graphic design and photojournalism, having a DJ workshop, writing comics, urban planning, character development and world building, architecture, fan fiction, coding, writing games, astrology, Octavia Butler, and positive obsession. We had a career panel of illustrators and medical professionals and game producers. And of course, we had a lot of community building. So now you're going to see the fruit of those workshops and that community that we've built together over the past 5 weeks. Now I have the pleasure of introducing our lead teachers from this summer. I also just want to shout them out for all of the work that they've done in adapting from what we thought was going to be an in-person program to quickly and flexibly adapting and helping create this wonderful virtual program. So I'm here introducing Natina Bean Osborne and Arushi Agnew.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Bria, for a very kind intro.
Yes, and that beautiful overview of everything that we do.
Yes.
It's hard to pack it all into one place. We're here to kind of give you a tour of some of the work that our students wanted to present for you as a culmination of their work in this amazing project that we've come together to do. Natina.
No, but as we're preparing to witness this amazing work, keep in mind that these young folks are artists, storytellers, world builders, and they're sensitive about their stuff, okay? So if you want to show some love, some support, I'm sure anyone who's been in the Zoom room, as Arushi and I just modeled, like we can cut out.
Yeah. We'll wait a second to see if Natina comes back.
Yeah, like Arushi just explained, we're about to be hearing from the amazing work of our participants. So once again, as you already have been doing, if you could show them some love in the chat through reactions or even through visible hand claps and snaps after they're finished. And oh, there's Arushi. We found her. I mean, there's Natina. She's coming back in the room.
We look so alike.
Right. So we're going to get ready to get started and those folks. We missed you, Natina.
I missed you all.
Yes.
You missed our beautiful thumbs up for world building.
If there's one thing we learned in a virtual workshop is being flexible around technical difficulties.
Oh, absolutely. We can't fight the robots. So awesome. You said I missed the thumbs up for world building. So are we ready to get started? Are we introducing folks?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, so earlier Bria mentioned smorgasbord of everything we did this summer. I think one thing we were really interested in doing was emphasizing the importance of being familiar with online tools and not getting lost in our homes during quarantine and really being able to like show up as our full selves and the capacity that we can while still remaining safe. So something I'm really into doing is collaging. And I noticed that we were meeting a lot of amazing storytellers this summer, a lot of amazing artists, writers, scientists. And I thought, what is a cool way for us to get to know each other with these limitations? So we engaged in a digital photojournalism workshop. So yeah, and this was day one. And when I tell you the talent jumped out of your loved ones, like we were so excited. We like worked on Canva and Pixlr and different apps of that sort. So we are going to have the amazing Jenny share her photo collage with you all. But before that, Jenny's going to tell you a bit more about who she is and, you know, what inspired Jenny's work.
Take it away, Jenny, whenever you're ready.
My name is Jenny, and this summer I moved to Flushing. It's my first time, the first time I've lived in a house. So I created a photo collage right after I finished unpacking. I just took pictures of the things that stood out most at that time. So my bookshelf, I thought I arranged it to look really pretty. There's my mason jar that I used to drink from every day, but I don't now. There are some seashells that I didn't notice, that I forgot about them until I moved, and then I found them again. And there is a coloring book that I want to start. I think I have a lot of coloring supplies and they're just collecting dust right now. But I think it would be something I want to get back into this summer. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Jenny.
That was beautiful. And can everybody do a round of virtual applause for Jenny? Woo! Yes, I love this.
Awesome. So next up, we'll have Camila share a little bit about yourself and your artwork that you are showcasing today.
And Camila is one of our members who is pretty prolific when it comes to making drawings. At one point, she actually designed a virtual background for herself, and always, you know, like had something to share in terms of artistic talent. So we're really excited that at the last minute, she decided she wanted to share a sketch with y'all.
So my name is Camilla. This is the drawing that I did. When I try to draw, I usually draw characters that I plan to do for a series or maybe a comic. This was drawn there in Pride Month, and I was hoping to have a little bit more representation, so I decided to draw my characters with their own identities.
That's beautiful, Camila. And I don't know if you can see the chat right now, Camila, but everybody is going, like, getting really excited about your drawing. And we're all here for representation and Pride Month. Thank you so much for sharing. Next up, we have Afra, who is sharing. So we had a workshop where we talked about city planning and urban planning, and as most of our students are from the New York area, we all have, like, you know, I like to, like, I think someone said students who grow up in New York are already urban planners. So we had a lot of fun kind of building together. And one of the parts of it was that we made zines together about what our cities would look like and how we would solve problems in our own cities. So one of our students, Afra, really got excited about making zines after that day. And she decided to make her final project well, I'll let her introduce it for you, but it's a zine.
Hi, I'm Afra Mahmoud. My final project, I was so inspired by the zines we make, but also we spent a few days on creating comics, and that equally inspired me. So I wanted to mix it into something, I don't know, mixed media style. So I created this series of zines based on illustrating this poem that I recently read. So yeah, can we go to the next? Yeah. And the poem's name is A Good Day by Kate Rakowski. It's essentially about measuring your happiness and success by your own standards and not by society standards. And I just used a ballpoint pen to sketch it out. I didn't want to go into too complications because I wanted to challenge myself in the arts field related to comics, because I've never really done that before. Yeah, okay. And there, content warning, there is mention of suicide and depression, but it's pretty limited. These are some of the examples from the drawing. It's not like super advanced or anything, but I thought it did well in showing the idea of the poem. we can start the video.
A Good Day by Kate Rakowski. Yesterday, I spent $60 on groceries. Took the bus home, carried both bags with 2 good arms. Back to my studio apartment and cooked myself dinner. You and I may have different definitions of a good day. This week, I paid my rent and my credit card bill. Worked 60 hours between my 2 jobs. Only saw the sun on my cigarette breaks. And slept like a rock. Flossed in the morning, locked my door, and remembered to buy eggs. My mother is proud of me. It's not the kind of pride she brags about at the golf course. She doesn't combat topics like, my daughter got into Yale, with, oh yeah, my daughter remembered to buy eggs. She is proud. See, she remembers what came before this. The weeks where I forgot how to use my muscles. How I would stay as silent as a thick fog for weeks. She thought each phone call from an unknown number was the notice of my suicide. Those were the bad days. My life was a gift that I wanted to return. My head was a house of leaking faucets and burnt out light bulbs. Depression is a good lover. So attentive, with this innate way of making everything about you. And it is easy to forget that your bedroom is not the world, that the dark shadows your pain casts is not mood lighting. It is easier to stay in this abusive relationship than fix the problems it has created. Today, I slept in until 10, cleaned every dish I own, fought with the bank, took care of paperwork. You and I might have different definitions of adulthood. I don't work for salary. I didn't graduate from college. But I don't speak for others anymore. I don't regret anything I can't genuinely apologize for. And my mother is proud of me. I burnt down a house of depression. I painted over murals of grayscale. And it was hard to rewrite my life into one I wanted to live. But today, I want to live. I didn't salivate over sharp knives or envy the boy who had tossed himself off the Brooklyn Bridge. Just cleaned my bathroom, did the laundry, called my brother, told him it was a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Afra. Incredibly moving.
Thank you so much. We'll give people a moment to collect their thoughts. Chat is on fire.
Truly it is. Thank you so much. So now we would like to invite you all to get to know our amazing Summer Institute teaching assistant, Nia Clyde. Nia is a true leader, true artist, very sweet, very giving, very generous. And I guess generous and giving is the same, but you know, nuance. There are differences. Pew, 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 pew. And Nia will be showing or sharing the first twine. Twine, I got to know twine this year, so I'm a newcomer to it, and it's in online storytelling, interactive storytelling. I feel like Arushi, you could explain
Okay,
this.
all right. So basically, this is our component where we teach our students how to code, where we map our writing curriculum onto like a more STEM curriculum to allow our students to build these sort of like role-playing games or choose your own adventure type of stories. Like that's a little bit of what Twine is capable of doing, among other things. And it was interesting trying to like teach it without being able to like look over everyone's shoulder. But Megan is a master Twine teacher, so I feel like we really got far. And it's been really fun kind of seeing everybody make their own fun game to play. And Nia has been has been involved with our program for many years, so she's kind of mastered Twine.
Yeah. So thank you, Arushi. Bria also pointed out that it is a part of our branching narratives curriculum as well. But we won't dilly-dally too much. We're going to invite Nia to say a little bit about herself and the inspiration for her twine. And then I believe she will invite someone to play the twine. So Nia, take it away.
So, my name is Nia. My pronouns are she, her. I've been at the Octavia Project since I was 15, so I've been doing this for a pretty long time. And basically, this twine is a part of a story that I'm doing called Brothers by Blood. It's about two brothers that are vampire hunters. And this segment of the story is about someone who fights with them named Sin, who is discovering a part of her identity that she didn't know she had. Would anyone like to play the twine?
Maybe you can read it first, Nia, and then give us the options when they come up and we can vote by chat.
I can do that.
Okay.
That sounds good.
For decades, the island Yin has been close to lifeless. The Jade Pack was in grave despair since the death of their alpha, Yu Zhang. All of his heirs had been slaughtered in a bloody war against the vampires, all but Sin. 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 A faint voice whispered, "It's time." Sin woke up in a cold sweat, gasping for air. "Sin," Jay said, putting his hand on Sin's shoulder. She practically smacked his hand off her shoulder and ran outside as fast as she could. "Sin! Sin! Yin!" Sin screamed. "I have to go back home." The boys looked at her in confusion. She further explained, "It's an island hidden from the rest of society." "How will we get there?" "My grandma left behind some clues for me. She made sure to do so when the time comes. I could return home." "How are we going to get to this island? It's not like we have a boat or anything." "There's a hidden passageway that leads to the island. We have to follow my grandmother's clues." "So, which one of the options would you like to choose?" So, looks like a mother's love is the one that everyone wants to choose. Ma, do you think we can have a normal life one day? Like, just settle down and be a normal family? Jay asked us while his mother retwisted his locks. Linda smiled a sweet yet sad smile at her son. "Baby, I don't think our family has that option. How come we have to be the ones to fight this war? Why can't we be like other kids? Why can't someone else do it?" Linda May smiled and sadly again at her son and sighed. "Jay,
sometimes in life we have to take on battles that we didn't ask for. Yes, it's brutal, and yes, it's not exactly an ideal life, but we just have to embrace it. She paused for a moment. And besides, sometimes in life, the toughest battles go to the toughest soldiers. Jay smiled. We are the toughest, huh? Yes, baby, yes, we are. I love you, Mama. I love you too, Jay.
Wow,
Thank you.
that was
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Eden, who is going to be sharing with us a poem and an accompanying artist statement after the poem. Yeah, whenever you're ready, Eden.
All right, so as you've already heard, my name is Eden Bishop. A little info about me: I'm an artist. I also am a writer, and during my time in Octavia Project, I've learned to expand my writing skills, and I've tried to focus more on my writing and kind of connect it with this the comic book that I've made earlier in 2017, which is what I will be sharing with you guys today. So I've written a poem about one of my characters from my my story earlier, which I will be sharing with. Do you flip the slide?
I'm not sure. Sorry,
Do
Eden.
you have to share it with you guys? Because I can do that.
Sorry, I just didn't have it up. Is it your?
It's titled Frio/Francis.
Okay, yes, I remember this. Okay.
Okay. And I'll be sharing more info about the background of the story later on in my artist statement. All right, so here's the poem. Frio/Francis. Every time he feels like this, he turns to Frio. He sees snowflakes drift in the air in a cloudy blue sky. The cold resentment leads him clutching at his heart and rushing to the bathroom so the vomit lands into the commode. Glittering floss lingers in the air as he relives his past pain and traumas. It had never been enough for them. They just had to keep going and break him down. The boy leans over to cough out another gust of ice-cold air. It was too much. Now he was turning cold from the inside out. He checks his reflection in the mirror and is met with strikingly blue eyes and hazelnut skin. But his brown hair turned an optic white. Ice crystallizes over the mirror as he stares in disbelief, and the ice cracks as it slowly encompasses his face. Strong winds burst into his room, and the curtains whip around, and they bring in the snow. The snow flutters around him like a whirlwind, and the ice continues to grow on the walls, hardening from the chilling temperature. From the kneeling position on the floor, tears spill from his eyes, burning his cold skin. And he thinks to himself, I will never get over this. I will always be Frio. Okay, you should be more easier on yourself. All right, so for the art statement, for starters, the reason why I wanted to create a poem like this was because I wanted to convey a message of victimhood and the effect bullying has on people. I have gone through similar experiences like this myself, and sometimes drown myself in all the negativity that I lose sight of what's happening around me. So that's exactly what's going on with my character, Francis Altuga. He has this alter ego named Frio that he turns to whenever he gets into this place of darkness and miserableness. And he starts to lose sight of things that are happening around him, which, Frio suffocates himself with, I can't really see.
Is that better?
Okay. Right. I kind of lost track of my place. Okay, Francis literally suffocates himself with these foul emotions and is destroying himself from the inside when he keeps his mentality. He's a victim of abuse, but that doesn't have to be his whole life, which is something that his friend, which is the unseen voice that calls out to him, makes him recall. And for the ice imagery, the Frio persona has a very low body temperature, causing his body to become ice cold and able to produce frostbite at his will. It was this old idea that I came up with from 2017 when I was making up the character. Okay, and that is it.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Eden. And
Thank you, Eden.
No
Thank you,
problem.
Eden. Also, thank you for introducing a character that you've developed years ago and that has stayed with you, and further developing that character here with the OP.
Thank
I
you
feel
so much.
to have your art entrusted to this space we created together this summer. Powerful language. Thank you again, Eden.
No problem.
So next person we would like to introduce to you is the wonderful Chris Slowly. Now, Chris will be sharing a twine as well. Something I want to say really quickly about Chris, just to respect time, because there are so few more amazing pieces we want you all to get familiar with. Chris just radiates joy and support and creativity, and very funny, very witty. And so with that alone, you can just imagine this person's storytelling, what it would be like with this branching narrative exercise. But yeah, so Chris, let the good people know who you are and what inspired this story.
All right. So, hi everyone. My name is Kristen. Chris, if I prefer, yes. And what inspired me to make this twine was that there's this YouTube video that I watched. It was called the High Flip Markiplier, and it was basically something similar to what this twine is gonna be about. But yeah, that's mainly it. That's it. So,
So to start, we need a name.
yes, who would like to name this brave soul?
oh, there's a lot of suggestions.
Oh, wow.
Julie, Jade, Brittany, Helen.
Going with Jade.
Okay. All right. Megan gets the final say.
Now that we have set the name of this soul, let us begin on this spooky adventure. So imagine this. You're a 14-year-old female around 5'5". It's Halloween and you and your friends decide to go to your house to play Doom Truth or Dare. They ask you, Jade, truth or dare? You say, truth or dare.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh. We
This
have
is
got,
50-50.
but I think I'm seeing more dare. I think we're leaning dare.
It's totally more there.
Okay. All right, we're going dare.
Dare, you say scared. Alright, I dare you. Go to the abandoned supermarket, toss over, and stay there for 10 minutes. Your friend says, the abandoned supermarket, I say, go. There might be there.
Chris, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but unfortunately you're cutting out really badly. Is that happening for everyone else too, or just me? Yeah.
It's happening for me.
Chris, I'm so sorry. We can't hear you.
Chris, can you try turning off your video and just doing the sound?
That's a good idea, Rishi. Yeah, that can help sometimes.
Even though we love your face.
Yeah.
but it seems like folks have already decided that we're going to the abandoned market.
That's not the choice I made when I played, but it's fine. It's fine.
If we're here, we're going to do it.
Okay,
All right.
Chris, we're going to the abandoned market.
Sounds like we're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your best is definitely to go to the market.
Decide to enter the abandoned market. When you enter the market, you notice how empty and totally not ominous the market is. The wind blowing in and out of the windows and the door makes howling notes that give you a chill down your spine. You walk further to the store or out of the store. It's too scary.
All right, folks, what are we doing?
Everybody is saying further.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I'm stressed.
Okay.
Go. You walk further into the market, and suddenly you hear the door close and lock behind you.
Ah!
You jump into the car and straight for the door, only to realize that. So now you're stuck the remainder of the day, and suddenly you hear a scary ghost noise. You cry in terror, help, or just stand there and try to be brave about it.
I noticed there's no run option. So
All right, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, geez. I'm getting both. I'm getting both.
I think it's a lot more cry this time.
Okay, we're crying.
You cry for help. It fails. Well, hello there, Jade. Huh? Who goes there? How do you know me? Oh, you mean you don't know? Don't know what? What does he know? Don't you know? It's April Fool's Day, your best friend Rex says. Please, you say, still scared clueless. You check your phone, and indeed it says, wait, April 1st, 2020. Oh, it is April. Good there. You say, fully relieved. You may have hands up, but at least you and prank while doing it. You got the it was a good prank tag at the end.
Yes. Thank you, Chris. That was terrifying throughout. All right. Next up, we have Ashia. Whenever you're ready, Ashia, you can turn on your camera and get started. Okay, there we go. Ashia has a little bit to say before she reads her work and a content warning also.
Hello, my name is Ashia. So I'm going to read an excerpt from a short story that I wrote. During this program, we were introduced to many graphic novels, and one of those were, I can't remember the graphic novel's name, but it was regarding the prison system. And so I was inspired by it, and I wrote my own short story. And content warning, it kind of depicts kind of dark atmosphere that exists in the prison system. So yeah.
Sorry, Ashia, just pulling it up for you.
Okay.
Oh, I already had it open.
Okay. Can you just zoom in a little because I can't see.
Yeah. My computer is struggling right now. Doing a lot. Is that better?
Yeah, okay. So the story's name is The Prison Book. As I walked with my wrists guarded by the handcuffs towards my room, the sunlight hit me in the eye from the small window that has been open since yesterday. For the first time in 6 months, I have heated light. Meanwhile, the two men walking behind me loudly conversed with the policeman who tied me to these darn cuffs. "Bring me some toast for breakfast tomorrow, will you?" said one of the men behind me. "Of course, anything you want, sir." Don't worry about Tom. He won't stop you. Just put it on the table if I'm asleep. Sure, replied the policeman. The men talking to the policeman went into the room at the corner of the first floor hall, while I and the policeman made our way to the basement, where I reside. As we approached cell 003, the policeman reached to his pocket, getting out the keys for the handcuffs. I noticed the key ring of the American flag hanging oddly over his fingers. Tell your partner he better not ask for food later in the day, said the policeman. He's not my partner, I said bluntly. Yes, he is. No. Will you shut up, or should I teach you a lesson? I'm sorry. He opened the red-painted door for me to enter and shut it right away. The wind blew calmly, giving me chills in the body. Lucas looked up from his book, glanced at me through the corner of his eyes, and then again dived into the book that he was reading for a few weeks now. Yet, whenever I asked him to see it, he refused bluntly, with a pressing look in his empty eyes. Okay, so this is kind of the introduction. Do I read more?
I think that's good.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashia. Yes, I love that there's some inspiration from Concrete Park. I remember telling you all about me personally.
Yeah, that was the graphic novel I was referring to. So.
Yeah, awesome.
And I also that was in that group discussing Concrete Park, and we just had a really great conversation about that in the criminal justice system. So I'm really glad that you were able to, take inspiration from that and write that story.
Someone's asking if these will be posted anywhere so they can finish reading. So we have
a note. We have a note about that later. So
just kidding.
Woo. You'll find out. You'll find out.
All right. Next up, we have a beautiful contribution from Amalineda, who is also one of our fellows this summer. Yes, why don't we get started and have Amalineda, did you want to say something about this before we started?
Yes, I want to say that this poem was writing because lately I've been like getting in my feelings a lot more than I used to, and I decided to take a piece of paper and write all this obsession of like a dream down, because you gotta work hard for it instead of just dreaming about it. And so I take my obsession and put it in a piece of paper, and it really did help. It really did. And so I'm glad to share this poem with you. And so this poem may seem to a lot of us that it's about love. It isn't. I know it's about loving your dream so much that you just think you won't be able to live without it, but you gotta work hard for it. And so for some time you're gonna have to live without it. And so yeah, take it away.
Descend to the beat of my heart, that is what I did. Following my dream, that is what I did. Somehow I always seem to know that this was hurtful. I followed my heart while loving you. I swear for the sky, I regret that I couldn't fly. Waiting here, my eyes keep raining just like the ocean in the snow. Like warm tea in a hot weather. Like rivers starving for water. It's something you will never understand. Difficulty with asthma, can't breathe, hope it's cancer, but piece by piece it would get better. That feeling is hard like work, though it far away, it will always come back to you. This feeling is like living with this desire that it's impossible. Looking at the light far away, looking so small, maybe it's better to get closer, talking at your back, thinking you would hear me. I never wanted to love, and really easily that I thought. Having million dreams, impossible to love, believe it or not, I've never wanted to love someone. From the beginning to the end of my life, with hope that I will never love, I will not feel the weaknesses. It's hard to cry while you are having fun with your friends. I'm in that space, hoping that finally once you will leave. Better show my feelings. Even better if I tell. I kinda want to, but I can't. We are not in the same room. My hands is shaking, my mind exploding. Can I feel the reason to live? Needed to love. Need you to know that the moon shine in the sky during the night. The sun shine in the sky during the day. The sky, that's how to recognize the light. But my love for you shine in the dark, and if you don't open your light, difficulty will close your eyes, just as it did. Piece by piece, my heart breaks. Not easy to bring back together. I try, but it does not work. Need to find a way to make it stay. I'm sorry that I've gone so far. My wishes have developed wings. I thought I would work, but they flew away. Well, I can do it. I can take it, but it's okay. I will try living with my pain in my veins. I feel my blood, it's cold like water. And my heart is like snowy days and the summer above the sun. My house feels like flying with a broken wind. It does hurt everywhere in my body, but I can't help it.
Wow. Powerful stuff.
Yes.
Chills. The
I know
voice.
folks were saying it was entrancing. Here, I see haunting and gorgeous. Yes. Yes to all of that. Thank you, Amali Nada.
Thank you, Malineda.
I love a good lyric video too. So up next is another one of our awesome fellows, quintessential Sagittarius, Cheyenne. Okay, quick-witted, super fly, adventurous. I mean, this person, I have a future request to get my nails done by Cheyenne. Like, this person is multi-talented. I feel like every day I'm like, what don't you do? What can't you do, Cheyenne? Also possessive of so much good energy. And yeah, I want to be like Cheyenne when I grow up, but that's enough. It's enough. Cheyenne, I will let you introduce yourself as well as what you will be doing for us. Cheyenne's also a repeat participant of Octavia Project too. So another person who helps us develop this amazing organization.
Wow. All these kind words. Y'all know I can't deal with compliments. I don't know why you guys keep doing this. But my name is Cheyenne Hepburn. I'm a visual artist, but I write sometimes. You know, the only thing I think that I'm not really that good at is dancing, but we don't talk about that. I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised in Brooklyn, but I live in the forgotten part of Queens that nobody talks about. Today I'm going to be reading 2 poems that I made in my free time. These are from like maybe last year. One is about mazes. I can't tell you anything other than that because it's just gonna give it away. One's about mazes and the other one's just kind of about like love, you know, typical poetry stuff, the things that you hear about in poetry all the time. So it's called Maze as well. I miss the little mazes at the back of the cereal box, the ones where you could see a whole labyrinth laid before yourself, and there was a solid, established destination. I miss how I'd use my finger to trace the pathways, figuring out the right way before using my crayon. I always thought it was really serious, and that to make a mistake was one of the utmost embarrassments for myself as soon as someone grabbed the box. I did it for years. For as long as I saw these mazes, I looked for a way out. No matter how old I got, I'd help the tiny printed characters out of their binds, even after I stopped using crayons. Why can't I just be the tiny character, waiting for someone to help me find my way out of the bind? It feels like I'm playing both roles sometimes. The difference is there's no established destination. Like I'm driving with nowhere to go, but still trying not to hit a dead end. When other people hit their dead ends, they never say. It's as if I could go my whole life thinking that I'm crazy because I'm the only one going through this. Desolation only expands the maze. Spend the whole time wondering when it'll end, just to realize that it won't. There's no established destination, just dead ends. I'm at a dead end. I think my car broke down, but I see a small pool of water. Peering down into its darkness, all I can wonder is, who are you? Thank you, thank you. The next one, it doesn't have a title. You know, it's kind of just untitled because, you know, sometimes things don't need a title. They don't need an introduction. You came like a hurricane and threw me in a frenzy, washing my doubts away and sort of cleansed me, empowering me with the thought of you. You stayed like a guest, happy at first, but shifting and unrest, making me nervous with the thought of you. You left like a gust of wind, remaining feelings to rescind, saddening me with the thought of you. You've been gone like times past, leaving me to heal the hurt amassed. I'm nostalgic from the thought of you. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cheyenne, for sharing those 2 beautiful works of art.
Thank you.
We are so lucky to be among your audience. And we're so sad that you are going to college. But we're happy for you. Next up, we have our final performer, which, you know, it's sad we have to end, but I am super excited for y'all to hear this beautiful person's work. Kaylee is such a presence at Octavia Project. You know, when no one had their camera on, Kaylee had her camera on, which was wonderful, you know, because we love faces as human beings. And Kaylee always has a kind word. She's always here to build other people up. She's always walking all around her home space, trying to find the best internet or the best corner to tell us, a little secret. So without further ado, Kaylee is going to show us a painting that she's been working on. You're muted, Kaylee. Okay.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Thank you for the compliments. So yes, this painting was created from a prompt that I made, and just give me 1 second. Sorry. I would just like to say that this year has been really motivating, and it's just, I'm so glad to be with such a great community of people. Again, like, it's just good to surround yourself with such positive people, and I'm glad to be with you guys this year. So yeah, in not only my art, but my writing, I commonly use what I'm experiencing in school, or how things are going at home, or even stuff going on with my friends, like how they're feeling with Black Lives Matter and just quarantine in general. And I feel like those events and my feelings not only motivate me, but inspire me to create work that will outlast me. At least I hope it does. This interesting writing prompt Megan gave me, I created this new world, and I really connected myself with the painting I made because during this quarantine, I've had so much time to reflect on who I am and what I want to be, what I want to do with my life, and how I can prioritize my happiness throughout this change and chaos in my life. I had realized that the person I want to be and the person that I am today are very different. And weirdly, I heard advice this week that told me that you have to live your life today as the person you want to be in the future. And that really helped me out. And we had a workshop where we talked about doing the stuff we loved and not letting people stop us from doing it. And I feel like I have spent many years, many months preventing myself from doing what makes me happy because I don't know where it's going to lead me. A wise person once told me that life is designed as point A and B, but it's more realistically like a squiggly line. You don't know where it's going, but it's way more exciting and happier when you do what you love, because that's just it. There's no point, you don't know if this is going to be it. But so I want to go to where my future self is. And in this painting, I really wanted to put myself in like reflection and just transport myself to the worlds where I want to be happier, truly happy. So thank you.
Oh my God. Okay.
No, thank you, Kaylee.
Wipe my tears. That was amazing, Kaylee. Thank you.
That was a word, Kaylee. You need to know this.
And thank you for sharing this beautiful painting. And thank you for thinking along with us and helping us build community this summer.
Yeah, for sure. You were very instrumental in community building for us this summer. And so that was only just a sample. I know you all may feel full up on all this good art, all this vulnerability and generosity and creativity and wisdom. To be frank, like, these young folks are so wise and so giving. And I, as an educator, I truly believe that the youth are the best of us. So there's nothing much else to say, but stay tuned. And with that being said, I would like to thank you all again. Thank all of our presenters. Thank you all for joining us in this moment. And we are going to, unless Arushi has something else to add.
Oh, I love all of our participants, and those that you didn't see today, know that there's like universes else, you know, both within the people that you saw today and in the stuff that you didn't see. So,
yeah.
But.
Absolutely. So we're going to now hand it over back to Program Coordinator Bria, and Bria will fill you in on the thing that I nearly blurted out.
So, thank you, Natina. There was excitement there, so it's fine. So we wanted to share this as sort of a surprise, in something that we haven't done before, but kind of an idea that we had that came up in the OP is, along with work that you've seen here, the rest of our participants, everyone has had the chance to share and submit their work in a collective zine. So I would like to introduce, once again, our teaching assistant, Nia Clyde, as well as one of our fellows, Bria Goodman, Bria the Younger, as we effectively call her, as I am Bria the Elder. But I would like to introduce Nia and Bria to talk about the cover and the title of our first official Octavia Project zine. So please welcome them to come share those things.
So basically, the cover is inspired by an essay from Octavia Butler, and on the cover is Octavia Butler herself, because obviously she's the inspiration for this program. So I drew this cover to like represent the program and pay homage to her as well.
Yes, thank you so much for that, Nia. This cover looks amazing. It's I really can't get over it. And then I think Bria is still there. If you want to share about where the title came from. The title was actually a suggestion that we had from other participants.
I believe it was Roshani who came up with the title.
Okay. If not, so as Nia said in the cover, as well as the title being inspiration from Octavia Butler, is that one of the readings that we all did together was of an essay by Octavia Butler called Positive Obsession. And in that, she's very much so like talking about, you know, her life and coming into her work as a writer and being positively, what it means to be positively obsessed about writing. And so in that workshop, participants also had the opportunity to talk about the things that we're all positively obsessed about, whether it be fan fiction or anime or gaming or whatever. And so all of that is going to show in the work that they submitted to this zine. So I would also like to pass it back to the wonderful Amali Nada, who herself wrote the introduction to our online zine. So I want to give her the opportunity to read that for you all.
Wait a second. Okay, so again, hi. The Octavia project has been different this year, but it hasn't stopped being fun. Being online this year makes a difference in how we connect with each other and have been more intentional and creative in how we collaborate and build community. We also had to come up with ways to make sure that we can all understand each other virtually. Although we would rather be in person because we would enjoy interacting with each other in person. But being at home has made it more convenient to grab last minute supply. And we are giving more freedom to continue working on the project we began at the open. We are able to return to shared information and resources in the Slack. While we all wish to be in person, but being virtual has allowed us to meet and taught by guest educator and different time zone and community and countries. Being online allowed us to learn how to use a lot of online games like SketchUp and Scribble. I don't enjoy being in the computer much, but having a fun purpose like SketchUp, like on the computer and meet people, I feel more comfortable being on the computer. So because I am meeting new people. And last year I was very shy and I didn't talk. And so this year I'm very surprised how much I was able to share my ideas. And even though I didn't know much people in there, I was not able to see their face in real life, but I felt more comfortable sharing my ideas. I enjoyed the fact that we can always have conversation with other participants in the program, even though like it's not in the schedule, because we have like this Slack, we can always go back and talk to them. And so, yeah, thank you. That was it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Amali Nada. Thank you for taking the time to write that beautiful introduction for us. And yeah, just once again, I want to thank all of the participants for the hard work and that they've put into submitting pieces, as well as an artist statement to go with their pieces. So for everyone who has seen this snippet of work in our presentation and you're wondering, where can you read the rest of these stories or play these twines, we'll be sending out a digital version of this scene to your emails, your inboxes soon. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for those things. Thank y'all. And then I would like to pass it to one of our fellows, Cheyenne Hepburn, and our OP Executive Director, Megan McNamara.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Cheyenne. So Cheyenne and I get the really fun job of celebrating each and every one of our participants for their truly amazing work this summer, for coming out and spending their summers with us every day, putting in the hard work, being open, willing to try new things, being willing to share their creativity, be vulnerable. So we want to celebrate each and every one of them. So Cheyenne and I get the privilege of doing that. Yay. And I think someone is going to share the slides.
Yes.
I need some power.
I'm coming to you, Natito.
Gotcha.
Oh wait, I don't have the power to make you. Oh, never mind. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
This was us every day in Zoom. Can you make me co-host?
Can you give me the power?
Can you hear my music? Can you see my screen?
Are you sharing the screen or am I sharing the screen?
So this is just giving you a little inside window.
Okay, let me know when you all are ready for me to show the first one.
Are we ready, Cheyenne?
Yeah, my computer's struggling, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's see if our technology can hang on for just like a little bit longer. Okay, do you want to start, Cheyenne, or should I?
You can start.
Okay. So we're going to recognize each of our participants, and then why don't we do a big round of applause at the end. So I'd like to recognize Kiara Romaine. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. How about I take this one too? So special recognition for Cheyenne Hepburn, who completed her 3rd year with the Octavia Project, 2nd year as an Octavia Project Fellow, and also graduating class of 2020. So let's give a special round of applause to Cheyenne. Woo! Thank you so much for all you've done for the Octavia Project over the past 3 years, Cheyenne.
Literally no problem. Like, it's the least I could do.
Okay.
Next, I would like to give a certificate of achievement to Bria Goodman, a fellow as well. I've known her for the last 2 years, and she is so nice. One of the best people anyone could ask for.
And Kaylee Ortiz.
Next, we have Amalinera Jean Francois. I am so sorry if I pronounced anything wrong.
Michi Sosa.
Jenny Shan.
Ashia Islam.
Naomi Ray Cordero. I am so sorry. Like, I'm struggling.
We didn't have time to practice this.
Just know I love all y'all.
Kristen Slowly.
Sarah DeBali.
Eden Bishop.
Nora Sue.
Oninyete Burge.
Roshani. I am so sorry. Stressla. If y'all want to correct me, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Yes, please feel free to correct either of us again. Didn't have time to rehearse this. Afra Mahmoud.
Sheila Aroyave.
Nancivia Darby.
Kyra Pert.
Sophia Koulibaly.
Image Patterson.
Uri Sao.
Mary Wong. Oh, that's it.
We did it. Let's give a huge round of applause for all of our participants.
My heart kind of exploded.
Type the message for everybody.
Woo! Thank you for joining me in doing that, Cheyenne.
I'm sorry again for anyone whose name I mispronounced.
Same
I'm
here.
very sorry.
Same here. We did our best.
Y'all did a great job.
Cheyenne said.
Yeah, you did great.
They heard the love, if nothing else.
So I know we've gone a little over time. I want to thank you all for spending your evening with us. So we are about to close. So we will let you go shortly. But first, I want to express my gratitude for everyone who helped make this summer's program possible. I'm going to take a drink of water before I launch into this. If you all want to take a sip too, now's a good time. Okay, so I want to thank our incredibly dedicated, creative, and brilliant teachers, Natina Bean Osborne and Arushi Agni. I want to thank Nia Clyde for her diligence, positivity, and invaluable insights as our teaching assistant, and also all of our amazing guest teachers for sharing their time and wisdom with us this summer. I want to thank Ray Ferreira, for our curriculum consultant, for helping to shape and guide this summer's incredible workshop curriculum. And of course, I cannot forget our incredible program coordinator, Bria Struthers, truly a phenomenal woman, for putting all of her passion, creativity, joy, and perseverance into making this summer's program such a meaningful experience for all of our students, despite the many obstacles that 2020 has thrown our way, including up until midnight last night, no power in her house, okay? Overcoming so many obstacles to persevere and produce such an amazing program. I also want to thank each and every one of our supporters and all of you who joined us tonight, especially Nora Jemison for her foundational support with this year's program, and to our most dedicated supporters who we call our BFFs. Thank you. I want to thank our truly phenomenal advisory board. That's Andrea, Aviva, Daphne, Emmy, Jess, Catherine, Laura, Rocio, Stephanie, Sunaina, and Tyler for all of their hard work, wise advice, and enduring support throughout the year. And most importantly, I want to thank all of our incredible participants and the friends and family who hold them up. This program wouldn't mean anything without all of you. And that brings us to an end. I want to thank you all so much for coming. If you would like to support our work, you can visit our website, octaviaproject.org, to make a donation. You can also spread the word about our work to your networks. You can connect us to people and resources that can help us grow. And you could follow our progress on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So thank you all again for coming and hanging out with us. I hope you all have a wonderful evening and a wonderful rest of your summer.